Live action is dying because there's only so much you can do with live action unless you want
Yo,
to dump millions and millions and millions of dollars into CGI.
that's one of the craziest takes I've ever heard.
Agreed. Yeah. I don't.
Like, you are out of your mind. There
That's
has been two epic animated movies that people ever rank in their top superhero movies, and everything else has been live action. And you're gonna say live action is dead? Are you out of your mind?
No, because you haven't. Nobody's been able to really tap into the potential of animated.
I
You know
mean,
what?
Somebody who studied animation for a solid year and a half, I think there's some seriously crazy things that you can do that have not been done yet, and that have not been discovered yet. However, when it comes to live action, it's just CGI. Everything is just CGI. There's nothing actually live action being done anymore.
The Batman was all live action.
Yeah.
That's great. You can continue to do live action stuff as much as you want to, but it's going to be same old every single time.
No,
I remember the last time you were on here, and I loved everything you said. And when Stevie said you were coming on just now, I'm like, oh, he's gonna have some dope shit to say. And then you come on here with this.
Yeah, that was the wildest thing I heard in my life. So wait, so you don't want Miles to come in live action, bro?
No, they're just gonna ruin the character. Point blank period. Like we've had what the video games, and then now this animated series. So you have two iterations of Miles that people are already incredibly attached to, and now you want to introduce a third that is likely to be different.
And so this is something that I actually have a video about that I was going to post, and the video basically talks about how the Spider-Verse has ruined Miles Morales for live action. I do think they should do a live action Miles, and they will, because it's going to be profitable. But I do think that a lot of people have very high expectations with this Miles Morales that we have seen in the PS5 Spider-Man and in the Spider-Verse. And I do not believe that either of those Miles that we saw can be copied into a live action. I think it's darn near impossible to try to make a carbon copy of those Miles Morales that we saw. And I do think that Miles Morales is going to get hated, at least for a while, because of that.
You know who they need? They need a creative like Virgil Abloh to bring Miles Morales and his style and all the sauce that they have in the Spider-Verse movies into live action. I don't disagree that they've set a high bar. And, you know, I think, listen, I hate musicals. I'll never watch them. But I do listen to some movie podcasts, and it seems that most of these Disney live action remakes, it seems to be the common consensus every time they put one out is it doesn't really compare to the original. And that's animation is obviously very outdated compared to the Spider-Verse movies. But like, I do think that they are going to bring Miles Morales into live action. Obviously, they already said it. I think it's going to be successful. I think it's going to be different. I think they know they have a big task on their hands. And I don't think, also, dude, think about it this way. You think they can't do something like No Way Home, but push the throttle even further and have, Peter Parker bring Miles Morales into from the multiverse or some crazy story like that? They're going to do some real crazy stuff. And here's the thing. I don't think the people making these movies aren't having the conversations that we're having right now. And I think those people are very talented. They're very creative. They're very smart. There's a lot of money involved in it, and I think they're going to make it happen.
Yeah, let me chime in here real quick too.
Hey, go ahead, bro.
Back to his original point where he's thinking like, oh, you could do so much more with animation than live action. This is true. Like, you can do a lot more with animation, like just because of the nature of it. My thing is, and the biggest issue I think that comes with making live actions and I guess like transferring those is storytelling. Like, you have to have good storytelling. And I think that's generally the biggest issue with these live action films is that they fail to miss the mark, or they miss the mark on storytelling, right? And they focus on the wrong things. So yes, I agree that you could do so much more with animation, but I feel like as long as you have the strong foundational story, I guess right casting as well, it's like live action still, I don't see it dying. So I disagree with your point there.
Yeah.
I have to go back and disagree on that too, because I think if you look at a lot of the most recent live action superhero movies, a lot of them have really good premises, and I feel
Like
like a big
Give me,
reason
I'll
why
give
they fall apart is because of production.
give me an example.
yeah,
For,
name 'em.
for example, for No Way Home had a lot of really good concepts, but because it was during COVID, had to separate a whole bunch of different people. You have a lot of shots where people aren't even in the same frame. So there's a limitation there as far as production. The Flash had a whole production fiasco with the different, like everything going on with Ezra Miller and stuff like that. Not only that, but have you seen the freaking CGI on that thing? You mean to tell me there wasn't a production mishap going on in there?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
What else was there? What other superhero movie came out recently? A bunch of other rewrites as
Guardians.
well. Tiger Strike.
Guardians.
Guardians is a darn near perfect film.